Wait and see.
Welcome back. Today we're diving into Daedalus CLI SpecFirst Architecture together now.
SpecFirst starts with a clean spec file. In our IDE, you'll see the YAML definition, which describes commands, options, and validation rules before any implementation code touches the project. It becomes the single source of truth.
So Erica asks, how does that YAML spec translate into the actual CLI commands we run? Does Daedalus generate the parser automatically, or do we still write boilerplate code ourselves? And where does type safety fit into this process?
When you run Daedalus generate, the tool reads the spec and emits TypeScript modules, a command dispatcher, validation schemas, and typed wrappers. No handwritten parsing is required. The generated code respects the spec perfectly, automatically, effortlessly.
Brian, does SpecFirst also handle runtime validation? If a user passes an unexpected flag, will the CLI reject it before any business logic runs? And can we customize error messages to guide users more clearly today?
Now we shift from the spec editor to the generated code, showing how the CLI scaffolds itself automatically seamlessly.
Looking at this TypeScript file, I see a bunch of typed interfaces. How does Daedalus map spec fields to these interfaces? And what naming conventions does it enforce? Do they preserve hierarchical structure of the YAML?
Daedalus converts each spec key into camel case identifiers, prefixing nested objects with their parent names. For example, pa becomes apa timeout in the generated interface, and enums become TypeScript enum types automatically. This keeps the API stable.
I noticed the generated project splits functionality into sub-agents. How does SpecFirst keep these separate files in sync with the master spec? And what happens if a developer manually edits one of them without breaking validation?
Each sub-agent includes a watcher that regenerates its file whenever the spec changes. If a developer edits the file, the next Daedalus sync will overwrite it, preserving spec fidelity and preventing drift, and records the event.
All right, let's jump from the generated code to the actual UI that users interact with. Watch the interface appear.
When the CLI launches, it renders a web view powered by React. The UI reads the same JSON contract generated from the spec, ensuring the visual controls match the declared options exactly. No extra configuration required.
If the spec adds a new flag, does the UI automatically display a new input field? How does Daedalus handle dynamic updates without a full page reload? Does it re-render components on the fly, instantly, smoothly?
The UI generator watches the JSON contract. When the spec changes, it rebuilds the React component tree using a template engine. The browser receives a hot module replacement update, so new fields appear without a refresh instantly.
Now that we've seen the UI, let's head back to the terminal. When a user runs a command, what does the output look like? And how does Daedalus ensure the response aligns with the spec exactly?
All right, moving from the graphical interface back to the command line to demonstrate the raw execution output now directly.
Running Daedalus run generate spec prints a human-readable markdown summary before emitting machine-readable JSON. How does this dual format help developers during code reviews and CI pipelines? It gives humans a readable spec and machines a contract.
The markdown section lists each command, its description, and parameter tables. Beneath that, Daedalus writes a JSON file matching the OpenAPI-like schema, which the runtime uses to validate arguments on the fly, ensuring consistency everywhere.
If a user provides an invalid flag, does the CLI instantly reject it, or does it attempt to run the command then fail later? How are error messages formatted to be user-friendly? They also link docs.
Daedalus validates arguments against the JSON contract before invoking any handler. On mismatch, it prints a colored error summary, highlights the offending flag, and suggests the correct syntax drawn from the spec, all in real time.
Even if the generated code compiles, could subtle behavioral bugs slip through? How does Daedalus catch case scenarios that static type checking might miss, like platform-specific constraints? It runs checks with sample inputs to ensure behavior.
Daedalus includes a generated test harness that feeds the CLI a matrix of valid and invalid arguments derived from the spec. Each case asserts the exit code and output match expectations. It tracks coverage for assurance.
The terminal logs show a self-healing cycle when a contract mismatch occurs. How does Daedalus detect the inconsistency, and what steps does it take to auto-correct the generated artifacts? It rewrites files and updates the spec.
When Daedalus detects a drift, it regenerates the affected modules, writes them back to dix, and logs a concise diff. The original spec remains untouched, guaranteeing the source of truth stays consistent, no manual intervention required.
Looking at the logs, I see entries like self-healing cycle triggered. What kinds of failures trigger this mechanism? And can developers configure its sensitivity or disabled SIFT for certain modules during large refactors or CI pipelines?
The self-healing hook activates on any spec validation error, missing files, or checksum mismatches after a git pull. You can tune thresholds in the Daedalus config or turn it off per subagent. Teams can control repairs.
In the output, I also notice a summary of auto-corrected contracts. Does Daedalus provide a rollback option if the auto-correction was unintended? And how are these changes recorded for audit? It logs each action with timestamps.
Daedalus writes a daedalus.lockbaw file before any auto-correction. You can invoke Daedalus rollback to restore the previous state, and the command logs include timestamps, user, and diff for full traceability, ensuring compliance with audit standards everywhere.
Great. Now let's open the browser to see the final documentation generated from the spec. It should look polished.
The documentation site pulls the same JSON contract and renders a static site with searchable command references, parameter tables, and example snippets. Because the source is the spec, any updates instantly refresh the docs without manual editing, keeping developers constantly up to date today.
If I edit the spec and rerun the generation, will the documentation automatically reflect those changes? How does the system handle versioning of the docs to avoid breaking existing references? Each build regenerates pages, adds a version label, and keeps old links.
Exactly. The build pipeline runs Daedalus docken, which reads the spec, produces Markdown, then converts it to HTML. Version numbers are injected from the package.jsons, ensuring every release has its own distinct documentation set. Developers can browse previous versions side by side for comparison.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more deep dives into Daedalus CLI today.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to wait and see your signal through the noise of AI.